So here we go, it's 8:30. We're out for a nice vineyard ramble today. Just 15 minutes out in my vineyards looking at the view. So here is the view this morning. Now, I thought it was going to be nice and peaceful up here. It's been the noisiest it has been forever. I've got a tractor in the background, so you're just going to have to bear with me on the tractor. Try not to concentrate on the tractor, and I'll try not to concentrate on it. But here we are in the background here. Morning everybody. We've got the Pyrenees. You might just be able to pick out the snow-capped Pyrenees right in the background there. Turning around here, we've got Perpignan in the background. That's about an hour away in the lovely little village of Paziol. So we're in the Languedoc, and we're just on the Languedoc-Roussillon border. So here are the cliffs in the background. Behind that is the Mediterranean. That's about 50 minutes away. Mediterranean, I don't think it's a great day for a dip today. It's about 12 degrees this morning. There's no wind, so it's nice and calm. It was before the tractor that I'm not concentrating on started. But here we are, and then we come around here, and this will be the Narbonne direction. Happy birthday, thanks very much for all the birthday wishes. So the Narbonne direction here. Okay, ready to ramble, let's go. So yeah, it is a special day. It's my birthday, so this is my little birthday treat. I'm bringing you up to a little tiny vineyard up here on the side. This is a Tuchan mountain behind me. Oh, hello car, here's my car. The car's joining in the celebrations here. Taken the roof off this morning and coming into this vineyard here. So this is a grape variety that we haven't looked at in the previous two rambles. So this is a different grape variety that we're going to look at. But before we do that, now that you're all here, I think it's looking a bit cloudy today. So I'm going to say the first person who posts 4 of the following things on my timeline now is going to win a sachet of dried organic herbs that I picked, some rosemary from our vineyard. So I'm going to say the first person to post 4 wild boar heads. So the first person, wild boar heads. And while you're thinking about that, see who's going to come in with the first person with wild boar heads. You may wonder why I want wild boar heads. It's basically this vineyard is protected against the wild boar. We have a permanent fence and we have an electric fence. And that's to try and keep the wild boar out. Yeah, John, fantastic. You said last night that you were going to be quick on the buzzer today. John, oh, and Hamish came in a close second, but it's John this morning that's won the wild herbs. Well done. And if you just let me know what you're up to this morning, I love it. I got lots of really good feedback yesterday of what you were doing, and I know some of you are just having a cup of tea, just waking up. Some of you are in the States, in actual fact, just going to bed. And it's always really interesting just to find out what you're doing while I'm rambling here. Okay, this is first challenge of today. We're in the vineyard. Has anybody thought what this grape variety could be? Let's get a closer look. Right, this is a challenge. I'm going down the bank. Bear with me. Trying to arrange a flower delivery. Oh, right, okay. If I could help you with that, I would do. What's everybody else doing? Coffee and getting a post ready for this evening. Yeah, this evening, that's great, Brad. This evening I'm on Wine Social with Brad, if I manage to get down this bank. So here we are rambling through this little SYRAH vineyard. Down here, there we go, into this. So, did I just tell you what the grape variety was? I think I did. So here we go. This, my friends, is the SYRAH grape variety. This is a SYRAH grape variety. Now, a really good tip on recognising SYRAH and looking like you know what you're talking about is in our area, it's always trained on wires. So the SYRAH grape variety is always on these trellises. So it's always a really good way. It doesn't have to be SYRAH if it's on trellises, but SYRAH is only on trellises. So that's SYRAH. Shiraz in Australia, same grape. And here we've got some terraces. So we've got a couple of terraces going up the Montage mountain here behind. Actually, because it's my birthday, Jean-Marc's come out and he's doing a bit of work in this vineyard. So we're going to be able to just have a quick word with Jean-Marc and find out what he's doing at the moment. Morning!
Morning.
Alors, qu'est-ce que tu fais? Non, première chose, est-ce que tu peux juste expliquer comment on reconnaît la Syrah? Est-ce que... Oh.
I know that's a vineyard from Syrah. No, it's une Syrah, c'est ça a les feuilles qui sont un peu rondes.
So the leaves are quite round. If you see that the overall shape is very round. There's a slight down on the back. Everybody's saying good morning to you, Jean-Marc. There's a slight bit of cotton on the back. So quite rounded leaves.
Là maintenant ça se voit pas trop. Quand ça pousse au début, voilà, c'est un peu rouge aussi.
Okay. Oh yeah, and this is a really good clue for those of you spotting this, because there is going to be a test at the end of my series of vineyard rambles. We're going to do random tests on how much you've learnt about spotting different grape varieties. So here you can see it's pink. You see that top leaf that's just come out? It's got a lovely pink edge to it. So that pink edge, that is very typical of Syrah. So we know it is Syrah. So we're definitely in a Syrah vineyard then.
Yes, I'm sure.
Excellent. And what work were you doing this morning?
Je relève, je mets les pousses entre les fils.
Okay, so he's actually taking up these. Perhaps you could show us what you do. Because it's not windy today, but the danger here is that the wind could break these new shoots. Now these new shoots are very, very fragile, really fragile. So if the wind comes, they'll snap off. So to help protect them, Jean-Marc goes along and he pulls out the wires, like here. Okay, so he's going to show us under. Pulls out the wires. Oh, okay. And this just show you some damage that can happen. Now we're not sure, so can you see this here? This one shoot has just been cut.
Just from yesterday maybe.
And perhaps that's from yesterday, but that's been cut. And now it's either been cut by the wind or it could have been the hail that we had the other day. But fortunately it's just a one-off shoot here. Yeah. Okay, and then...
Là, c'est pas un problème, parce que les raisins sont là.
Yeah, it's lucky, it's not a problem because there's no grapes on the end. Oh, it's not a problem anymore. It's come off. Okay, great. And because the grapes are below... there we go. The grapes are below where that branch came off. So the grapes have been saved, and this is going to grow again, isn't it? It's going to grow up. So the work Jean-Marc's doing today is to tuck these little shoots into the wires so that if it does get windy, and it will get windy at some stage, those branches will be supported by the wires. And also this happens naturally, so these little, they're called vrilles in French. I'm not quite sure, perhaps somebody could tell me what they're called in English, but they wrap round the wires and that will hold it on.
Ça va accrocher la vigne. Ça, ce sont les vieux de l'année dernière.
And these are the old ones from last year, on the wires from last year. Vrilles, if anybody can help me with the... hey, my whole family's on to say happy birthday. That's great. Thanks to everybody on this. If anybody knows the English word for vrilles? Tendrils. Thank you, Welsh wines. Okay, the tendrils. We've been looking at our tendrils this morning. So you may be thinking the style of wine or what we do with the grapes from this lovely vineyard here. We make 100% SYRAH. So a lovely small production, make about 2,000 bottles of 100% SYRAH. Because the yields are so low from these vines, we get a lovely concentrated style. Have any of you tried my SYRAH? Let's see. There's a slight delay on your answers. Happy birthday, thank you so much. So lovely, the style of wine, it's so concentrated, lovely black currant. It's got a little bit of sort of licorice style to it, and it's got some about 30% oak aging. So it's just lovely and oaky, but not overpoweringly oaky. So anybody try that? Yes, Adam, you've tried it. Anybody got any food recommendations? And I'm going to do, while we're thinking about the food recommendations, another quick, this is a second question today. It's not a question actually, it's just fingers on the buzzers. I'm going to say the next person who can put up, I'll tell you what it is at the end, is going to win a sachet of dried rosemary. Yeah, the SYRAH's lovely, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous. And that view, can you see Tuchan? So you're all waiting for the competition, press the button. The next person to get 4 tractors on the screen will get a packet of my wild herbs picked here from our organic vineyards. And let's just see who's goes well with steak. Yeah, coming back to the SYRAH, it does actually. It's the perfect wine for steak because it's got a lovely sort of savoury side to the wine as well. If you fancy, if you imagine peppered steak, might be a bit early in the morning, but peppered steak with a glass of this wine which has a peppery edge to it as well. Here we go. Oh no, the first person only put 3. Taste by Steinwell. You were so quick off the mark, but you only got 3. So it's Jane Baldock. You got the 4 tractors. So exciting. So I'm going to send you some wild herbs from Tuchan. You can put those on your barbecue. That's fantastic. Right, let's walk along a bit. You can see a bit of nature here. Thistles. Now you might think it looks a bit weedy, as in weedy, lots of weeds. That's not a problem at the moment because we've got so much rain, which is very unusual, that we can wait a little bit to come into plough because it's not actually in competition with the vines because we've got so much water at the moment. But as we get drier, it will become a problem. But there was one thing I wanted to show you in this vineyard, which is very strange. I think it's really strange. And I don't know if you can see it. Oh, Jean-Marc's disappeared, but never mind. Let's go and have a look. Can you see this? So, okay. So, anybody any ideas what this is? I can. So the soils here are limestone and clay and sort of scree. There's like limestone scree in this vineyard. But here's the competition for this morning. What do you think this is? Ancient tree stump? No. A hill thing? Yeah, that's getting closer. Marcel, a menhir. Yes, this is a menhir. So this is an ancient stone that's been here. It's actually marked on the map as well. It's we're not quite sure why it's in our vineyard. Legend has it, a termite pile. No, we've got the right answer now, Marcel, and it was actually you who gave it. It's a menhir, and legend has it this is for fertility rites here. So a fertility symbol. Not quite sure where they got that idea from. But there we are, that overlooks our lovely little SYRAH vineyard here in the village of Tuchan. So just, yeah, one last look around the lovely vineyard here today. Just so gorgeous. I hope you've enjoyed the special birthday edition. You see Jean-Marc working hard here. He's actually, for those who've just joined, he's getting the shoots between the wires on the trellising system. Thanks for being with me and see you tomorrow.